In a world where digital clutter can quickly overwhelm us, simplifying your digital workspace isn't just about cleaning up files. It's about cultivating a more focused, productive, and stress-free environment. Whether you're working remotely in an office or managing multiple devices and platforms, a streamlined digital setup can be the difference between chaos and clarity. Start by considering the heart of your digital workspace, your devices. Desktops, laptops, tablets, and even smartphones are often filled with unused apps, duplicate files, and scattered documents. Begin the simplification process by conducting a digital inventory. Take a critical look at what you have installed. Remove programs and apps you no longer need. These not only take up space, but also create distraction. The same goes for browser extensions and plugins. Keep only those that truly add value to your daily workflow. Next, organize your files with intention. Instead of letting documents pile up on your desktop or in your downloads folder, create a logical folder structure. For example, use broad categories like work, personal, and projects, and then subfolders within each. This hierarchy makes it easier to locate files quickly, minimizing frustration and wasted time. Don't be afraid to archive older documents that you rarely access. Move them to external drives or cloud storage so your main workspace remains uncluttered. Email can be another major source of digital chaos. If your inbox is overflowing, start by unsubscribing from newsletters and promotional emails you no longer read. Implement filters and labels to automatically sort incoming messages by priority, sender, or project. Set aside specific times during your day to check and respond to emails, rather than letting them interrupt your workflow constantly. The goal is to keep your inbox as close to zero as possible, focusing only on messages that truly require your attention. Cloud services and collaboration platforms have become essential tools, but they can also contribute to digital overload. Assess which platforms you actually use for sharing files, managing projects, and communicating with teams. Consolidate where possible, choosing integrated tools that handle multiple tasks, rather than juggling a patchwork of separate apps. This not only simplifies your workflow, but also reduces the cognitive load of switching between different interfaces. Digital notifications are another subtle drain on your focus. Every ping, pop-up, or banner pulls you away from deep work. Take control by turning off non-essential notifications on your computer and mobile devices. Customize your settings to allow only the most important alerts, such as calendar reminders or urgent messages. For everything else, set boundaries. Check social media or news feeds during designated breaks, not throughout your workday. A simplified digital workspace also means optimizing your digital habits. Practice digital minimalism by asking yourself if each tool, app, or file truly serves a purpose. Regularly review and refine your setup, making adjustments as your needs evolve. Consider using productivity techniques like the Pomodoro method, which encourages focused work sessions followed by short breaks, helping you avoid the temptation of digital distractions. Don't forget the visual aspect of your workspace. Customize your desktop with calming wallpapers, keep only essential shortcuts visible, and avoid cluttering your screen with unnecessary widgets. A visually clean environment can have a surprisingly positive effect on your mental clarity and motivation. Lastly, back up your data regularly. Use automated cloud backups or external drives to ensure that your important files are safe from accidental deletion or hardware failure. Knowing your information is secure allows you to confidently declutter and streamline without fear of losing valuable work. By taking deliberate steps to simplify your digital workspace, you create an environment that supports your goals, reduces stress, and helps you make the most of your time and energy. Remember, the key isn't just to tidy up once, but to develop sustainable habits that keep your digital life organized and efficient for the long term. When people hear the word minimalism, the first image that often comes to mind is a room stripped down to its bare essentials: a single chair, a bed, a lamp, and maybe a solitary piece of art on the wall. The conversation usually centers on decluttering, organizing, and living with fewer possessions. But to think of minimalism as merely the act of getting rid of stuff is to miss its deeper significance. Minimalism is a way of thinking, a philosophy that can transform not just our homes, but our lives, relationships, and even our mental well-being. At its core, minimalism is about intentionality. It's about stripping away the excess so that we can focus on what truly matters. While this often begins with our physical environment, clearing out the closet, donating unused kitchen gadgets, or letting go of the books we'll never read again, the real transformation happens when we apply this same mindset to other areas of our lives. Consider our schedules. In today's world, busyness is worn like a badge of honor. Our calendars are packed with meetings, appointments, social obligations, and endless to-do lists. But minimalism challenges us to ask, are all these commitments serving us, or are they just noise? By deliberately choosing where we invest our time and energy, we can create space for rest, creativity, and genuine connection. Saying no becomes an act of self-care, and the empty spaces in our schedules become opportunities for growth and reflection. Minimalism also extends to our digital lives. With the constant barrage of notifications, emails, and social media updates, our attention is pulled in 100 different directions. Digital minimalism encourages us to curate our online experiences, unsubscribe from unnecessary newsletters, silence non-essential notifications, and be mindful of the time we spend scrolling. By reducing digital clutter, we reclaim our focus and free our minds from distractions. Relationships, too, can benefit from a minimalist approach. We sometimes hold on to relationships out of habit, obligation, or fear of being alone, even when they no longer bring us joy or fulfillment. Minimalism invites us to invest in the connections that truly matter, to nurture deep, meaningful relationships, rather than spreading ourselves thin across countless acquaintances. It's about being present, listening deeply, and valuing quality over quantity. Even our thoughts can be simplified. The practice of mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, aligns closely with minimalism. By letting go of unhelpful worries, regrets, and negative self-talk, we create mental space for clarity and peace. This mental decluttering can be just as liberating as cleaning out a closet, allowing us to approach life with a sense of calm and purpose. Minimalism isn't about deprivation or living with as little as possible. It's about making conscious choices and aligning our actions with our values. It's about asking ourselves, does this add value to my life? Whether that this is a physical object, a task, a relationship, or a thought. When we remove the unnecessary, we make room for what truly nourishes us. Ultimately, minimalism is a tool for greater freedom. Freedom from the pressure to consume, from the weight of expectations, from the relentless pace of modern life. It empowers us to live more deliberately, to focus on what brings us joy, and to savor the richness of simplicity. So, while minimalism may start with decluttering the junk drawer or paring down a wardrobe, its impact reaches far beyond our possessions. It's an invitation to live with intention, to choose meaning over excess, and to rediscover what it means to truly thrive. Practicing gratitude as a minimalist isn't just about appreciating what you have. It's about intentionally shaping your perspective to focus on abundance rather than lack. In a world where we're constantly encouraged to want more, own more, and chase after the next big thing, minimalism offers a powerful counter-narrative. It asks us to pause, assess what truly matters, and let go of the excess that clutters both our physical spaces and our minds. But at the heart of this journey is gratitude, the simple act of recognizing the value in what remains. The path to minimalism often begins with decluttering, clearing out closets, emptying drawers, and donating what no longer serves us. Yet, as we let go, we're faced with a unique opportunity. Instead of feeling deprived by having less, we can shift our focus to gratitude for what we choose to keep. Each item that remains becomes more than just a possession. It becomes a reflection of our values and a conscious choice. A favorite mug, a well-worn book, a cherished photograph, these objects aren't just things. They're reminders of moments, relationships, and priorities that genuinely enrich our lives. Gratitude, when practiced daily, transforms minimalism from a simple aesthetic into a deeply fulfilling lifestyle. It encourages us to savor the little things, the warmth of morning sunlight streaming through a window, the comfort of a quiet evening at home, the taste of a lovingly prepared meal. By noticing and appreciating these everyday moments, we train our minds to find joy in simplicity. Rather than searching for happiness in the next purchase or the next achievement, we discover it right here, in the present. One way to cultivate gratitude as a minimalist is to create small rituals of appreciation. This could be as simple as taking a moment each morning to acknowledge 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand or extraordinary. Maybe it's the fresh air coming in from an open window, the laughter of a friend, or the feeling of clean sheets at the end of a long day. By naming and noticing these things, we reinforce their value and remind ourselves that abundance isn't always about quantity, it's about quality. Minimalism also invites us to extend gratitude beyond material possessions. We learn to appreciate our time, our energy, and our relationships. When we clear our schedules of unnecessary commitments, we make space for what truly matters, whether that's meaningful work, creative pursuits, or simply time spent with loved ones. In this way, gratitude becomes a guiding principle, helping us make choices that honor our well-being and align with our core values. Of course, practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Life as a minimalist can still be messy, and we'll all face days when we feel overwhelmed or dissatisfied. But gratitude gives us tools to navigate those moments. It reminds us to look for lessons in difficulty, to acknowledge progress rather than perfection, and to celebrate the small victories along the way. Ultimately, gratitude is what transforms minimalism from a set of rules into a meaningful way of life. It invites us to see our homes, our routines, and our relationships through a lens of appreciation. It helps us let go of comparison and scarcity, replacing them with contentment and generosity. And perhaps most importantly, it teaches us that we already have enough, that in fact, we are enough. By making gratitude a daily practice, minimalism becomes less about what we lack and more about what we cherish. We learn to find fulfillment not in accumulation, but in presence. And in doing so, we discover the true richness that simplicity and intentional living can bring.